Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'll give you a little bit of a behind the scene slash tutorials on how I made my Inktober slash Peachtober illustrations, which I'm a very big fan of for each series I do. For example, for Peachtober compared to my zodiac sign illustrations, who are both made with other illustrations, like in a series. How do you say that word? I use different techniques to paint in Procreate because they all have their different vibe. And also when time goes by, I like to try out new techniques and new styles and just new stuff in general, so I don't really stick to one style in particular. And in this video I want to show you how I do the Peachtober drawings. I also did a similar video with how I do my zodiac sign illustrations, which I will link probably here. First of all, you probably noticed I'm very ill. I have a cold, so I hope you don't mind my voice too much. This is such a cute t-shirt, and that's because I designed it and I ordered it from my Redbubble shop, and it was printed in Germany. So if you live in Europe and you want to get a super cute t-shirt with no customs fees, at least I hope they always print it in Germany when you live in Europe, you can get the super cute t-shirts. I also have another t-shirt. I'll first show the illustrations I've done so far. Yesterday I made one of my favorite drawings ever, I think, at least up till now. I think it's such a big improvement compared to the other drawings I've done. It's like, it really sticks out to me. At least that's what I think personally. It's like a very good drawing in my opinion. So this is the drawing I'm talking about. I'll probably just pop it up on the screen as well. And I really love it. I'll first talk a little bit about how I made it in general, and then after this I'll make a new Peachtober drawing and talk to you about it, about each step I do. So I made this one yesterday, and the prompt for Peachtober was lantern. First of all, I looked up on Google. I literally typed in lantern, and in Google Images it gives a lot of pictures or illustrations that can give you inspiration. I don't really come up with everything from the top of my head. I mainly look up inspiration on the internet. And I saw one image with trees on the side, which gave like an ambient effect, and then I found another picture of a frog holding a lantern, so I decided to kind of combine the two in my style. I normally don't really draw with full settings with like background and a whole illustration. I usually only draw one subject and then do a little background. Very easy, but this time I decided to do a full image. And yeah, I think now it's time to draw a new Peachtober drawing, and the prompt is field. I already kind of started yesterday by thinking about it and also looking up reference online on Google Images, and I found a really nice image that I will use. And yeah, let's get into it. By the way guys, I did my nails the other day and they look kind of rough, so please just ignore it. It was my first time doing gel nails. So this is what I have for so far for the prompt field. I usually start off with a sketch, and my sketch basically already is the outlines, so I immediately go for the outlines instead of first doing a sketch, which probably isn't that great of an idea, but of course you can add the step to do a sketch first before you do full outlines. I mean, this layer is a sketch layer. I'm going to finish off the outlines first. I use dark purple for my outlines. Purple is usually the color I focus on the most for outlines and stuff like that, so I just use that for outlining. And for the outlines I use a technical pencil. I think that's fine when it comes to the flowers. I've also drawn some hills here and trees. I did the trees in kind of a cartoony style, and I don't know if I'll hate it because sometimes when it looks a bit more realistic it's better in my opinion. But I think I'll see how it turns out. Now I can delete this sketch layer. The sketch layer kind of just determined the lines of my landscape slash field. So that can be deleted. And now we're going to start on the first color layer, which is a very important step. I'm just going to merge the sketch layers. Oh, also with a thing that's probably very important is that I use overlay of paper texture on all my drawings. I just use these overlays, which I've downloaded on Creative Market, I think. So now we have this outlines layer, and I'm going to change the opacity to multiply and do opacity like about 55% or something. And then I'm going to create a new layer, put it underneath the outlines layer, and then I'm going to pick a brush. I use watercolor brushes, which I've also downloaded on Creative Market, but I would recommend a brush that's kind of transparent, that if you go over it you can layer the color. Yeah, and now I'm going to fill all the stuff. I don't do this very precisely actually, so don't worry if it's a bit messy. And I like to overlay the color so that it gives a more traditionally made effect. The items that are a bit more on the background, I'm going to give a lighter color than the ones that are on the foreground. So as you can see, I've done this in a very messy way. It isn't that important to do it super correctly, because there are a lot of other steps left. By the way, I'm not using white as a background, I'm using a pastel color, and now I'm using a greenish blue pastel color as a background. There you go. And if the colors aren't bright enough as you'd like, you can just copy the layer and it will make it more vibrant. So I think I'll do that and then merge the base color layer. The next thing I'll do is get my dark purple or a dark purple to do some shadows with the same watercolor brush. I'll just leave it like that for now. And the next thing I'll do is start with the color pencil. So I pick the same technical pencil brush again, and I'll pick a dark green color, and I'm just going to add some detail to the field itself. And at the same time I'm going to outline the petals. I'm going to put the layer on top of the outline layer, and I'm going to make new outlines, but I don't always overline everything because it can give a nice effect if you just leave in a bit of the grayish original overlay. Drawings like these usually take me about 1 hour to finish. Now I'm going to go to the trees and add some more details on there. Now I'm going to add more details with a lighter brush. Okay, let's go do the water now, which will be a bit more complicated I think, because I don't really know how to draw water, to be honest. Let's first do some shading. I'm going to add some yellow to suggest that the sun is shining in the water. And I'll also do the sun in the sky. I'm going to draw a tiny boat on the water, like that. And now we're at it, I might as well just add some smiley faces. Now let's finish up the mountains, the shadow on the mountains. I'm also going to add some purple to the sides of the fields to make it blend in a bit more. Then you have this, and I'm going to add some color highlights. I'm going to choose this light pink and use the watercolor brush and just add some highlights here and there where the high points should be in the drawing. I do this in a very messy way. As you probably notice, I do everything messy when I draw this way. And what I'll do now is put this on pen light. It gives a really nice effect, and then adjust that a little bit. And then it looks like this. Now I think I'll just maybe add some more shadows to it. I'm just gonna try out some stuff. The point of this is pretty much to make just to try out stuff and see if it looks kind of good, and to make enough contrast. And I just mess around with the opacity settings here and there. So I actually guess this is good enough and it looks very cute. So the last thing I do is to add the name of the prompt. Well, not really the last thing, but... And then what I do is save the image. And then I place the image on top again. And this way I can add details, like make it a little bit sharper and add noise. I usually do it at about 12% or something. And then I end with my Hippie Hooray logo. Where should I put it? Probably here. And here we have a finished drawing for Inktober with the prompt field. I really like it. I like the one from yesterday a lot more, but I'm also not specialized in drawing landscapes or anything like that. I'm not really skilled when it comes to that, but I still really like how it turns out. And I really hope I helped you with this tutorial, with giving you some tips on how to make something look a bit more traditionally made, and maybe you enjoyed this style as much as I do and you can use it as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!